Hi guys, and welcome back to Strive to Survive. So in this episode we're going to be working on a new project. You can kind of see the starts of it off there in the distance. Oop, don't want to break that glass. It's off there in the distance. So let's get down there and get to work. And I know it's been a little bit since the last recording, but it's mainly because I've been trying to collect enough resources to do this. This is going to be another kind of resource intensive project. What's that? Are you a creeper? You just stay over there, creeper. So, we're actually going to be doing some work. Chickens, how did you get in there? You're not supposed to be in there. But this is going to be, and you can see I've done a lot of work off camera just to kind of test things out. The witch farm, I did all my testing on a test server, like a creative server, and things didn't really work out so well. So I did all my testing for this on this server to make sure it's going to work. And you guessed it, it's going to be an automated chicken farm. So basically what I have so far, and I've built one of the, we'll call it the kill pens down here. And there's 4 more to do. So I'll do these ones on camera. And that way everyone knows how to do it, but this will be our reference over here. So we've got half slabs on the bottom here. There's hoppers underneath that feed into this chest. This is the collection chest down here. This dispenser here is full of eggs. So let's go around to the back and you can see this is the back of that dispenser. It's filled with eggs. Now those eggs are hooked up to a clock here. Well, not the eggs, but the dispenser rather. It's hooked up to a clock here, so if we flip this switch to the on position, it'll start shooting out eggs. And so let's do that just to demonstrate. You can see it's shooting out eggs. So this is the same as throwing eggs. Not everyone will hatch a chicken, but hopefully we'll get one. There's a little chicken, and I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. Now if they get hit by the eggs, that actually won't hurt them, so we don't have to worry about them killing each other with the eggs. But I've got this hopper on top. You guessed it, there's going to be chickens above them producing just eggs. So the pen up top will only produce eggs and it'll never be killed. The pen down at the bottom will be for gathering eggs, and then when you flip this switch it will actually kill the chickens. Now the nice part about this design using the half slabs over hoppers, the large chickens, the fully grown ones, will die when we hit this. The baby chickens will not. So let me demonstrate that real quick. You can see the large one's gonna die, the baby one is just fine. So, and then our chicken and feathers, and if that large one had laid any eggs, that would have ended up in here as well. So, and then the eggs can be force fed back into the system using this hopper right here. So essentially the other 3 are going to be exactly like this one. So that's what I'm going to start working on today. The only thing I've done with this one, I've ran some of the redstone. This will actually be a dispenser right here. This will be a hopper just like on the other side, and you can see the way that this works in the back. There's actually a line of sticky pistons below this as well. So there's 6 of them, then 6 on top, and these repeaters in redstone work all of that, as well as the ones on this side. So, and then it's just cobblestone in front of that to do the killing. And that's all hooked up to this switch right here. That is what closes all of them at the same time. The other side will be the same way. Both sets of them will be hooked up to one switch, so there'll be 4 switches in total. And this, the way this redstone clock works, it's basically just a regular clock here that sends a tick through the system. You can modify, you have to have at least 1 tick or it'll burn out, but we have 4 ticks set on this one and 1 tick set on this one. That way it it shoots the eggs out a little bit faster. So this one goes directly into that dispenser right there, and this line over here goes all the way down to this side. It comes up and will feed into a dispenser on this side so that both dispensers will be firing at the same time. So I'm going to start working on this side a little bit, guys. Because yeah, the only thing I've really done here is put, you know what, maybe it'll be better if we work on this side. That way we can go through all the steps to do this, and I'll just finish this one off camera. Now we don't have the actual pen up top done yet, the one that'll actually be feeding eggs in here, but let me show you basically what this will be. I've got hoppers along the bottom. So we'll have that like this. We'll put some half slabs over top of that, and we'll just close this pen in and put some chickens in it by throwing eggs in here manually. That's all this top pen is going to be, is just eggs to feed the bottom pen. So let's get started on this, guys. You're going to need a lot of sticky pistons. You're going to need a lot of redstone to do this project, and a lot of hoppers. So make sure you have enough resources before you get started. I definitely don't have enough sticky pistons to do this. It takes, I believe, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 12 for each pen of sticky pistons. So we need a total of 24 of those to even start the project. So I'm going to go grab those, put away some other stuff in my inventory, and we'll come back and we'll start working on this side here. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay guys, so we're back. I've been gathering resources, making some torches, getting some redstone repeaters. We know we're going to need 24 sticky pistons to do both of the other sides. So I've got those. I've got, like I said, 18 repeaters. You're going to need 12 of them just to wire up the sticky pistons. So I made a couple of extras. I've got some redstone torches just in case we run out of repeaters. Grab some redstone. I've got string and sticks on me. That's because we need to make some dispensers. We haven't made dispensers, at least in this Let's Play, so I'm going to show you how to do that real quick. You're going to need bows to make the dispenser, so that's why we've got that. Now that we've got our 3 bows here, which don't stack, which is why I waited until we were back at base to do this. You want to make the dispenser. The dispenser's a bow in the middle, piece of redstone on the bottom, and then surround it with cobble, and you'll end up with 1 dispenser. So we need to make 2 more of those. This is when I wish the bows did stack, because it's kind of a pain to make these, but you can at least do that and then just drop your bow in. There we go. So now we've got our 3 dispensers. That should be good. I know we're going to need more redstone repeaters, so let's just take care of that right now. Whoops, that'll work. Go like that, go like that. We're only going to end up with 9. There we go. And I'm going to grab a little bit more redstone. You can see redstone supply is sort of dwindling here. I mean, I've been building it back up as much as I can. We'll just grab that too, because I'm sure we'll need it. But yeah, it's definitely dwindling from what it was. So let's head outside and get started on this. I'm always worried there's going to be a creeper right outside those doors. It's happened in the past. But yeah, let's head over here and get started. You can see I've also got a lot of hoppers on me. I don't know if that's quite going to be enough to do the whole project, but we'll roll with it for now and see what happens. So the first step, I've already laid out some dirt here. From this piece of cobble to the other piece of cobble over here is 20 blocks. So you're going to indent 1, that's where your dispenser is going to be. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 here, those will be your actual, what do I want to say here? Oh, that'll be the killing area. So this is going to be the glass up front. This is going to be an empty space. These will be cobble, because that'll be that cobble that gets pushed forward. And then right behind that will be your actual sticky pistons. So we need to leave 1 gap here. And then this row is what the repeaters will go on. So we'll just fill that in. You could use whatever material you want. I'm going to use dirt, just because I have an abundance of it. And this is one of those projects where you need as many inventory spaces as possible to do it. So skip the first 2 and then start placing them like that. So you want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, skip these two, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then leave 2 at the end. And then you also want to put a sticky piston on top of each one of those, like that. And then we're going to knock out the dirt in front, because that'll be replaced with cobble. Whoop. If you're using a super shovel like I am doing, it gets a little bit difficult to dig, but it's convenient in almost every other situation, so we'll deal with it. This is actually going to be smooth stone like that, so, and I did not bring enough of that, I don't think, but that's okay. For now, we'll just mock it up like that, and then this is all cobble here. There we go, and the back. So there we go. That's what we've got so far. This dirt, of course, in the front here will be replaced with glass at the end, but for now, we're just kind of rolling with it. You're going to want to put another line of dirt behind this for your redstone to go on, so just behind all the pistons. There we go. Now get your redstone repeaters out and feed them into the back of each one of these pistons. Whoops. See, we put a tick on that one, so the easiest thing to do is just remove it to make sure. The reason why, and I'll demonstrate on this side, the reason why it's not just straight across is there's actually only enough redstone here to provide power till about right here. So you've got to put a redstone repeater in. You don't have to drop down like this and do it. You can actually just put it right here, like this. And it will do the same exact thing. And that's actually the way I'm going to do it, because you save a little bit of redstone doing that, and every little bit helps. So let's just make sure this still works. Yep, sure does. So we're also going to need some switches, obviously, but that'll come later. So for right now, just connect all this together like that. Don't forget your repeater right here. Keep connecting, and that part is done. So now we should be able to run a switch up to put it right across from here, and we know we're going to need a piece of redstone under there to power the switch. Break out that piece right there, and we'll get our switch so that way we can see the path of the redstone here. Nah, that was silly. Let's put a piece of cobble up. That way we're not ripping blocks out and replacing them. So you can see that's lit right now, and I'll go around and show you where that is on the other side. Might be a little hard to see. Let's just knock out this furnace. That's why that's there. You can see it drops down and it goes backwards. That's so it does not interfere with the dispenser. If we ran it straight across, it might interfere with that dispenser. So we're not doing that. And you can see this is a repeater that feeds the dispenser. It's on a half slab above that. There's the half slab right there. So we're going to do the same thing on this side. So we'll take a half slab, which I just happen to have, put that right here, and then we need to dig out that block because that's where the drop down will be. Like I said, it's one of those projects where you never have enough inventory space. It's going to be a little bit difficult. We'll just do that. That way we can get access to this. And while we're at it, I'm actually going to put this repeater in. Or, I'm sorry, not repeater, but this dispenser. That way we can see exactly what we're doing. you want to go whichever way you want the dispenser to face is the way that you want to place it. So that's why we had to come around to this side. So what we'll do, put that dispenser in, knock out that. There's going to be our repeater to feed the dispenser, and now we can run our redstone under for this. And you can see that doesn't interfere with that repeater at all. We need the half slab there just so we have something to put that on. So yeah, we'll go like that, and we need to basically connect that up to here. So however you want to go to get that connected, I'm going to just run it this way and then come out right back here. There we go. Right there, and you can see that functions and closes all of them. So perfect. Yeah, whatever way you want to go, so as you don't have to put another repeater in here, that works. So that is pretty much done right there. Let's take a look on the other side. You can see that pretty much matches, because this is the one going that way. It comes up in the same fashion there. So that's that part done, guys. Next we're going to start working. This is actually going to be a hopper here, so let's go ahead and replace that. Whoop. Very hard to place hopper, so you want to shift click so it feeds that. And the chickens cannot get out using that hopper. Like if I close this, you can see the chickens are going to be in this section. They actually cannot get through that little gap there. Even though it looks like they might be able to, they can't. So let me go ahead and eat, guys, and head inside because it's getting dark. I'd rather do this during the daytime, and I'll catch up with you guys in the morning, and we'll keep working on this. Okay, guys, so we're back. It's daylight again. The next step here is going to be inserting the manual bypass. This is if you collect eggs from the chest here, you can feed them back into the system. So what you want to do here is drop a piece of cobble down right there. So there's our dispenser. You want to shift click a hopper into it so that looks like the other side, and then you can put a piece of cobble on top just to kind of block it off there. This will actually be 2 furnaces in front, so let's make those. Those are just for show. I couldn't think of anything better to hide that cobble with, to be honest. So furnaces work pretty well there, and you can use them to cook the chicken. So one there and one here. So that's done. Next we'll want to continue our wall along because we're going to put this switch in. This is the one that controls the clock over here. So let me do that. We might actually run out of cobble. That's not good. But yeah, so just go like that. And actually we can leave that just for now so that we can see what's going on. And yeah, we're out of cobble, but that's okay because, well, we're going to need one piece. Thank you, because we need another lever. So make our other lever here. Place it on this wall right over here. Flip that on. Put a piece of redstone right behind it. And you can see that's lit the same way as it is over here. Then we want to, well, it looks like we need more cobble, guys. I don't think, I was trying to skimp and get around it, but I don't think we're going to manage. So let me run back and grab some cobble, and then I'll catch back up with you guys again, and we'll get this taken care of. And before we do that, actually, what I want to do is knock out this dirt, at least up to there, and dig this down one. And we're actually going to get a little bit of cobble right here because you can see that's a different type of stone. So we can go ahead and knock that out, get a couple pieces of cobble back, And that piece right here, this is actually all gone. And unfortunately, we have to put cobble back there. So see, you just can't get around it, guys. We're going to have to go back. This piece needs to be cobblestone. All this needs to be cobble here. Being very careful because of danger shovel over here. There we go. And we're out. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go get cobble, guys, because otherwise we're just gonna keep screwing around and it's gonna take longer than it has to. So I'll be right back with that, and I'm actually gonna grab some stone bricks as well so that we can kind of pretty this up real quick. So see you in a bit. Okay, guys, so we are back once again, and I've grabbed some cobblestone and I've grabbed some regular brick here. So right now this is what it should look like. Get your other brick. You don't have to do it like this. This is just more decoration, but we're gonna go like that in there. We have to knock out this block behind that because there's hoppers under this. And actually right there and right there needs to be knocked out. And we can get rid of those two pieces as well. So basically we need to put our chest right here, and that'll be the collection chest. Make sure you face it the correct way, otherwise it will open backwards. Now get a hopper, shift click into the chest, and then shift click into the hopper all the way down. This last one is kind of a pain to place, so what you might want to do is break this one out. Put a piece of dirt here, that way you don't have to be holding shift, and then just kind of jump and place that hopper. And then you can see it's facing this way, so this one also has to face into that hopper. And the way to test this is just drop a block and it should end up in the chest. Yep, so that's good to go. Now what you can do at this point is, whoops, you can put that up like that so that it matches on this side. You'll do the same thing down this way, but we're not ready for that yet. You're going to need some stone slabs, so let's grab a... Did you just lay an egg? I think you did. You sure did. Fantastic. So let's go ahead over here. We'll make ourselves some stone slabs. We're going to need at least... You know what? We'll make 12 because we know we're going to need more later. So as you can see by what just happened there, when things fall through half slabs, they actually continue. They go through the hopper system, so you can cover that with half slabs. That's to make sure that the adult chickens will die because they're one high, and right now, and the baby chickens are only half slab high, so that's why they don't die there. If you don't use half slabs and you just try to put the hoppers at the level that the chicken's standing on right now, then the chickens will end up standing in the hopper and not always get killed. So that's why you use this method. Next we will put in some glass here. So just go right along here like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and one higher there. There we go. So we've got glass in now. And then along the top here, whoops, this will actually go away in a second. That's just to hold the place. Put that. This will be glowstone. 2 more of those. That'll be another piece of glowstone. And that block, so this can go away. And you can actually see that piece of dirt went into our dispenser, so we don't want that. But yeah, so that's going to be along the top there, guys. So that's a sealed chicken pen there. If we flip the switch, you can see it's going to work. It's going to crush them. Now we need to start working on the clock. So let's get that started real quick. You want to get everything you're going to need on your bar here. Get some repeaters as well. So you'll put a block right there with a redstone torch, just like on this side. The torch goes off because we have the switch on right now. But then you'll want some repeaters facing away from the torch, and this one will go back into the torch. One of them has to have, well, you have to have at least one tick for this not to burn out, but I'm putting 4 on that one and 1 on this. And then that connects it. This piece right here is actually going to go off and power this like that. So if we flip the switch back on, you can see the circuit starts going. So every time you hear that click, an egg would be firing if there was something in there. Since we don't have anything in there, obviously nothing's happening. So turn that back off because that can get kind of annoying. But yeah, this just acts as an interrupt to this circuit here. So we've got our dispenser ready to go too. So let's go grab some eggs and see if we can't get a chicken to spawn in there. It's starting to get dark again, but that's okay. Quick spin around the chicken pen should get us 2 stacks of eggs. I'm pretty sure that's plenty. So let's head over here. We'll use our feeder here to place these eggs in. And you can see they're actually going into the dispenser now. And it's starting to get pretty dark, guys. I'm probably going to have to head inside so that we don't get creepered. But let's see if we can't get a chicken to spawn first. And we'll just have our bow at the ready just in case. Come on, dispenser, you can do it. Really? No chickens. Wow, we are horribly unlucky today, aren't we? There we go, there's a chicken. So let's turn that back off for now. So there we go. So we got 1 chicken in each side. I have to grab some glowstone. These other 2 sides, guys, are going to be exactly the same. They'll just be reversed so that we can feed into that. But I'll show you how to run the redstone so that the other dispenser works right after I take a quick break for a nap. So I'll catch up with you guys in a bit. Okay guys, so we're back and we are going to run the final bit of redstone for this. So it's going to basically be this path right here that goes to the other side. So I'll show you what to do. Right here, you want to dig down. And like that. And 1 more here. So that you can knock out that block. There's no harm in doing that. And do we need to go down 1 more? I think we do, just to make things... Nope, we don't. You can be right below the surface here. You don't need to go down that far, so let me put that piece of dirt back. Just so it doesn't interfere with anything else over here. And start running this way. Oops, there we go. And eventually what we'll do is we'll come back and we'll test this, but for now I'm going to leave this off just because I don't want to waste those eggs. Actually, I could take those off, that would be okay. And we'll turn this switch on just so we can see. So go ahead and, well, if you're like me and filled half of this in with cobble and the other half with dirt, it might be kind of a pain, but you just want to dig all the way across till you get to the outside wall there. And make sure if you're digging this and you're not going to fill it back in, you put at least a torch in here. That way you don't get any nasties spawning in here with you. And we'll drop another one right there just in case. There we go. So we're at the outside wall. And we need to step this up. So come out like that. I think we're gonna need like that because you need to put a repeater here. So yeah, and that actually lines up perfectly if you do that, because this is where the other dispenser will be, and we'll actually put that in place because we have it. So there's that dispenser. Now that's not active yet. We need to run some redstone to it. Get rid of U-torch. There we go. And actually we'll replace that with a repeater just because I know that we're going to need one there. And we're going to need a repeater somewhere in here, but I'd like to see how far that signal actually goes before we throw one down. So right about here we need a repeater. And you can hear this one's firing now too. So actually, I put a repeater there just to keep things the same. I don't know that you actually need that. I think it would fire without it. Let's just do a quick theory test here. Yep, it definitely fires without it. But just to keep things uniform, I'm going to put that repeater there. So, and what's a little bit of redstone, you know, being wasteful. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for the redstone work on this project. What I still have to do is I still have to put the feeding pen up there, which I'm not ready to do just yet. Maybe I'll save that for the beginning of next episode. But I'm going to finish, you know, with the aesthetic part of this, just making it all look like that. We'll get it to that point at least. Let me show you how to run this last set of hoppers here. So you're going to shift click to put that there. You're going to shift click one more time, and then basically just run this across the top, and that will be for the feeding pen. So this is actually going to be pretty tall when it's all said and done. We drop that there, that way we have something to walk on. And you can see I'm not going to have enough hoppers as we sit right now, because we're basically going to have to mirror this same setup on both of those two. So it's going to take quite a bit of hoppers. But yeah, guys, that's it for this episode. And next episode, I'm going to focus. I'll have all of these chicken pens done up to the point that they're at right now, like this one. And we'll focus on building the top part that's actually for laying eggs. So I'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching.